little sparkle off the side of the hill. That's probably a fucking UFO taking off. So keep your eyes peeled to the hills.
We're up here in Sedona, up here with Clive and Dan, and we are up here to do some LIDAR testing of the Bradshaw property. It's beautiful up here. It's going to be about a 70-degree day, and we're up here to see what is strange on our continuing sky watches at the Sedona area. All right, we pulled over here for a little break. Dan had a vortex sighting, so we're gonna do a few tests here before we move further into the Sedona area. We're pretty deep inside now. You need a four-wheel drive to even get here. I mean, I could take my van, but that'd be pushing it. And there's Clive.
So we are here at the creek crossing. There's a couple cool things that have actually happened here. Dan had his experience with the Dust Devil, and I believe Dan might have been sitting on like that rock over there.
Yep.
And it kind of whizzed right past his truck as he was meditating, and it came over this way. Now the interesting thing is, as he was saying, hey, get away from the truck, or it comes over here and it dissipates. It just breaks up. Now, when I listened to Dan's video and I watched it, you can hear it coming, but you couldn't see any movement in the trees. Keep in mind, this is, air coming from above, but you would have seen, you would have seen evidence, and it just picked up. Now, when we came back the second time, we noticed that there was a darker patch, which I don't really see. But there was a darker patch here where I collected some samples, and the hematite in this area was really high. And I don't see it now, Dan, which is really weird. It was like somewhere in this area. It was like a really dark patch. And now I want to go back and look. But this is also the area where I experienced the drop in ambient sound. So Dan has always talked about the scalar energy coming from the ground. And right here, it just got really silent. And it made me think of other times that I had experienced this drop in ambient sound to where it was so quiet that I could hear myself. It echo. It was just weird. I really couldn't explain it, but I knew that I had experienced it other times. One time happening at Chris's Mountain, which I actually have it where I noticed it. And then when I looked, when I went to go edit the footage, you put it in Final Cut Pro, and you see the ambient sound just drop down completely, and then it picks back up. So now that I experienced this here, I thought about that then, and then other times when it happened. But here, especially walking this creek, I'm gonna walk this creek area back here a little bit. But this is where I first recognized, like I was able to pick up on it immediately.
I can feel it right now, big time.
Really?
Big time. Yep.
This is, and even like you look at this creek, you see how the creek here, you would think that it cross over almost parallel, but it doesn't. You gotta come down here a little bit, unless it goes from this narrow patch, which is very narrow, and then it expands out.
Yeah, they get a lot of rain up here that we don't get because it's green. And if the rule of thumb is if you see green in Arizona, that means you're getting a lot of rain. Otherwise, it turns brown, and the sun will destroy all these plants in a couple of summer months in the summer.
A lot of the runoff.
All the runoff from all this rain and snow and whatnot is going to come down here. So this is where you guys had a weird feeling, or is this where one of these energy vortexes is supported to be here, right here where we're at?
From where here is to right to where Dan pulls in.
Okay.
is just there's something here. And in the video that I filmed, you see it's just a small patch. And I noticed it when we're filming. I said, well, maybe I should collect our samples from here. So I went ahead and grabbed the samples, and this is right before we went up to Bradshaw Ranch. But the hematite levels are really high. And then somewhere, it's interesting, I don't see those flowers, Dan.
Probably out of season.
Dan Starkey is using his new cool iPad Pro to map this out. So we are here in Sedona, deep inside the Sedona area, I guess. I'm not even sure where we're at here. And Dan is mapping out one of these energy portals. So we come up here to do some scientific tests, observe, report, do reconnaissance, and record. So, having
And
a lot
another
of fun.
thing, I don't know if you guys have ever been up to Antelope Canyon, but at Antelope Canyon, they have this hourglass sand. It literally is naturally there. And that is the only place I've ever seen sediment like that, except for here. And I don't know what that means because we're not on the Colorado Plateau. This is the transitional zone, right?
Yeah, that's the Muggy on Rim right there.
Right here.
Muggy on Rim.
So this is the transitional zone. So Arizona, 3 different zones. Colorado Plateau, the red Grand Canyon, where the plate dives under. And if I'm wrong, Dan will correct me. The second zone which is Flagstaff, which is the transitional zone. Now, one of the few places in the world where water has to flow north to go south. Don't know what the fuck that's about. And then where we live at, which is the Basin and Range, hence the range. And
Yeah.
right, but that area is more like the playa. That's where a lot of the water through ancient draining and systems drained out. It wrapped around that western side, the Gila River, and then went down out into the peninsula there. So this sediment, even though the colors match the Colorado Plateau, it doesn't make sense why it's here. This red rock and even the sand should be up there on the Grand Canyon. Because when you go to Flagstaff, it's completely different. When you leave, you notice how when we get here, red rock and all the stuff, the limestone, but just 15 miles, even less,
Yeah.
completely different geography. So I never understood.
I don't understand. I don't understand how this state works. We got
It's
saguaros
crazy.
that only grow in a certain area, then they stop. And then we have certain Arizona, a lot of native stuff like Joshua trees.
Yes.
We have a lot of different plants that only grow here. And then like you go up to Flagstaff, and then you go up
Ponderosa Pines.
you get just north of Flagstaff, and you get up into the Indian Reservation, and nothing grows up there at all. It looks straight out of prehistoric days. And there's just rocks up there, but no trees.
They have
nothing.
They have peyote. So like the peyote farms and some of the different cactuses and even the plants that have, we call it psychedelic, but they use it for medicinal traits, even down to peyote when they're on these, what I call ley lines or those sacred journey passageways. They take peyote to communicate with their ancestors and stuff like that. So you're right, man. You got the sand dunes, you've got Joshua tree, you got the saguaros, you got, the peyote plant, and they only grow in certain areas.
It's weird because it's the same temperature in a lot of these areas that it is in the areas they grow in, but it's like, nope, just this soil. It's the same fucking sunlight.
Is this it?
Again, yeah, right here.
And it almost feels like this was kind of like the area where, if I look, it's probably more where like Tom was at,
Watch
maybe.
this. Walk right up to that spot. See that? They cross right there. every time
Yeah,
right here.
this is about where it was. Because I think I
I'll
was
get my-
standing a little more
my
off
laser-
here.
Okay, I need to
thermometer.
walk around because I'm feeling like
Trust me,
I'm
it's
feeling
gonna
something
come
in
to
my
you.
stomach.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
I had just
You'll
eaten,
feel it.
and I was hungry when we drove
So,
up, but I
here's
feel
another
full
thing.
for some
But your
reason.
consciousness is being affected. Is what is going on. You're actually
You
you're
Walk out of
when
this
you
area.
Notice it, that means the children on the field are letting you know.
Something. But also, when I set my camera on the ramp on overlook, this was the point Bradshaw ran.
Trying to experience the woo out of here in Sedona. Today's the Super Bowl, and people are getting ready for a party, and we are up here doing scientific research at one of the vortexes up here in Sedona. All right, so
Right here, it's coming up just behind us.
just
Those
breathe.
images that Tom has in the most recent one, we'll shoot. I want to shoot the other side of them.
Okay,
Because
now I
that
feel back to
video that we
normal.
shot where it comes right, it looks like it came
Like
right out of
I
it.
could go for a
Just on
meal.
the other side of it.
Now let's walk up
Especially
where
this.
they're
So
at.
that's what lets me know it's beyond this drop, but it's in between here or maybe on the other side of it.
This is the energy hill right here. We were flying over this.
You were flying over this in a helicopter.
Flew this way to check it out and went away, but it was that concentrated big time on that hill there. I could feel it in the helicopter, right?
Let me
Big
get
time.
my
We were
cameras and
1,500
stuff.
feet high. That.
So now,
How about the sound? You didn't notice anything odd with the sound?
give me 1 second.
Comes a Jeep tour right behind you.
Look at these capes a bit.
So just discuss the energy in this area specific versus the overlook and Bradshaw Ranch.
Okay, this right here is probably the strongest that I've felt. This area right here. So I've got energy that's really focused right in here for some reason. Probably the mineralization that's underneath. Yes. And it feels different. It's probably because it's connected to what kind of rock is here. Is how it feels different. I don't know, magnetite or iron or that kind of thing. So it's different. This is really strong though. I think maybe even Tom is feeling it. And the overlook, it's still there. It's really subtle. At the ranch, it's almost like this right here in the spot between the bunkhouse and the house. So that's what everybody, if they don't recognize it, or feel something weird, they just
See if anything flies by.
So once you kind of know that there's spots where this is at, concentrated at, you kind of get that arm around what's really going on. It's just not a weird thing. There's literally some energy right there, the vortex of energy. The veil is thinner between our realm and the quantum field and other realms. So these are places you might probably see things. At the Bradshaw Ranch, that energetic spot in the building was rare than you see it. Those were all these infinite number of timelines come into that are right there at the course. And the veil is just a sheer veil. Sometimes it comes through and you see it and it comes out. So that's something to think about. It's a time that really messes with your head. It's hard to get all around it. most things are out the window when you start talking about consciousness.
Talk to us about the possibility of a portal. And for those that you hear that, right? Yeah, here they go.
Big pink UFO.
It's like you hear the sound echoing off the wall. And it's like,
It's another raptor.
yeah, it's not dance. That one makes way more noise. Hold on, real quick. All right. So for the people that don't understand exactly where we're getting at, explain to them what this energy could mean, and is it possible that it's portals, or could it be something else that we haven't even touched on yet?
Well, in my mind, what a portal is a place to a different realm, and that's the definite reality. Different realms, I think. The Bible talks about different realms, and through a history that is kind of indicated with angels appearing and this kind of thing, and purgatory, hell, and those are different realms. And ETs, nowadays we talk about ETs, those might be the modern angels that used to be talked about. They change dimensions in these portals. So, like I say, I believe this energy spot is a place where that transition can take place. Maybe it's not the only place. Maybe there's ET or extraterrestrial or ultra-terrestrials that can do it anywhere. They have the technology. Some even believe that it's an advanced AI that we're seeing. So it might be from the future, but it's an advanced AI, which is kind of interesting to think about. That it's an artificial intelligence that's really communicating with us in this realm here. So this portal is the place to watch and to find. And there's several, around Sedona. There's like 7 places I know that they call them vortex. I believe those are portals, and I think we're going to see. There's one at the Bradshaw Ranch. There's a few other spots in this area. Some of the people I've talked to locally, they say, doesn't this happen here? It happens within an 8-mile radius of this area. So weird things can happen all over the place. And it's, again, maybe just a shift. They're changing phases or changing dimensions. That's when we see them. We catch a glimpse of it. So that's what I think these portals are. It's just, are they wormholes to a different, different sides of the galaxy? Possibly that's it too. Do we have to build a spacecraft that'll take us from here to Beta Reticuli? Probably not. In reality, once you use your consciousness with these portals, that might be how you do it. You astral project in these locations here, and might even be stronger. We remote viewed with a group of people that were all beginners. I sat at the Tesseract in this hot spot or this portal, and I believe we were connected better because of it. I really think so. So that's a new thing to try and keep working on, and we'll learn more about it as time goes by.
Dan, do you have any theories of why a portal would be in a certain location? Because we're back at an area where these portals are sort of mapped out by certain locals and whatnot. So this would be what I would term like a stable portal to a degree, because it's always in the same spot. So any theories on why it would be in the same spot? Would it be the geography, or would it be the geology?
I think, and the geography, but the geology really, this is also a fault line, this canyon down through here. And when we flew over this area with the helicopter, every time we come across this fault line, we'd lose some flight data, flight tracking data. And so it kind of went along with this fault line. So this fault line might literally be a place where this energy escapes faster out of the earth. The mineralization in this particular zone is concentrated, just has the right ingredients that it either collects this scalar energy, attracts it, or it generates it. You know, nobody knows for sure. But I think most of the time, I mean, can a portal move around? I don't know. I think it's global based. I think you know, the Earth is a big crystal, and it has spots that are better than others. You know, when we take this phosphorus stone that I found in the Bradshaw Mountains and up in the superstitions, and you put it in your vehicle and close the doors, it'll concentrate in there. It goes through it also, but it concentrates in there too. It really will jack you up if it's inside the vehicle with you. You can be outside the vehicle and it'll still get into the vehicle, but it'll collect in certain containers, or it can collect. So a fault line is a crack in the earth. This shield, or this Colorado Plateau, this layer of strata of rock, is solid, except this fault line right here, and that's the place for that stuff to escape.
Well,
And
you know,
it's like the path of least resistance for energy to come out of the earth. Okay.
when we get into like the mineralogy of what's in our ground here, we have a lot of copper. We have copper mines all over the state. We have marble and quartz. We have silica sand. You were saying that was it mercury was mined out of this area? So perhaps these advanced intelligence could use large-scale rocks that are in the planet and use the crust as a power control board on a massive volumetric scale, where we use these inside of our cameras for sending the electricity around from one process to another in data. They could be using, say, our crust of our Earth and using those same type of components on a larger scale as a homing beacon deep into space that they channel from somewhere else in the Milky Way and hit these spots.
The universe, and it looks like the neural pathways in a brain scan. Looks like the same thing. That's probably literally what it is, and it's the same thing here. Like ley lines, those are tracks of this and connection. They're a network, you know, an energetic network. There's more to it than we know. They say we can't even put our head around what God really is. It's just beyond our comprehension. We can't even comprehend what it is. So it's all got to do with that.
I'm not sure if you're familiar with the name Jack Sanfelice.
Yeah.
He wrote a couple books out there in the superstitions, but he talked about the different types of portals, and the three that I can think of off the top of my head, here comes the truck.
Yeah, you know, some say, I've heard John Galeas say that, you know, some of these anomalies we see, UAPs, are really just windows to the other dimensions. It's not an actual thing. It's not a thing there. It's a window, and we're just seeing through the veil at that spot right there. Just light shifts, and you see that opening, and it's not even moving. Everything else is moving around. It's not moving, so it appears like it's moving around and moving, but it's not really. So that, you know, some people think that. Like I say, it's not easy to. It's complicated.
So, did we talk about the LIDAR?
Just briefly.
Just briefly? Okay,
let
me do this.
You talking about the three portals?
Yeah, I'm gonna get a second shot of you talking about the LIDAR again.
I can get it over here in front of you if you want. Move it around.
Yeah, go ahead. Please. I should get it now while I'm here.
Yes, get a wide angle on it.
So
Let me
here's
get
the
that
road.
with my phone.
Huh?
Let me get that with my phone.
Are you able to screen record that, Dan?
I'll be able to send you this.
The video itself?
Yeah. You might need a polycam to view it maybe. I don't remember now. So here's the center of the road and the hot spot. I just wanted to see if there's any anomalies right there.
Yeah, it was
So
a good test. You don't never know if something weird's going to
yeah,
show up.
right. So it's in the shade right here of the tree, but never know.
Oh, that would be fun. Quad.
Oh, yes.
Fuck my backup probably when I get off.
Like he does.
Yeah.
Actually, go back over there real quick. Let's have the talk a little bit. And then what I'll do is I'll film you on this side of the road.
Okay.
Okay.
So yeah, so here's the LIDAR scan. I walked around the truck just for reference. But,
Okay.
so here's the road, here's the truck, we're right behind, we're standing right here right now. And so here's the road at the creek crossing right there. So I just wanted to see if there's anything odd or different in here. Even if it's just out of focus or something weird that I couldn't pick up, but you know, there's the shade of the trees right on it right now. So,
Well, how do we know it's not that weird bump here? What is that? So I don't see that bump. Where's that bump?
well, but I don't know. Probably doing it. We'll take it down the ranch there and we'll see if we see anything weird there.
Yeah, they did a History Channel episode about this place.
Apparently, we're the History Channel now.
Yeah.
Did you hear that?
Is that what he said?
Yeah, he said, they're doing this, the History Channel.
Those
They're
guys
doing an
bullshit
episode
the
on this
tourists
place.
like crazy.
Just kind of discuss the LIDAR, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to have you talk about it, and then with the video that I get or however, I will
Did you
lay
see me
it
make
over
this?
as you're discussing.
Let me show you how it's made. We'll make a scan.
You could just go right into it.
See, so just click start,
Okay.
and everything's purple. So as you walk around,
Wow.
you eat up the purple. It's captured this area. So so you know what you've got and what you've missed. So it has got all those parts of that, yeah. But as soon as you get it where all the purple's gone, you've captured that stuff.
That's pretty high tech.
Fucking A, it is.
I mean, that's.
It's measuring. I'll be able to take a scale and measure it. It'll be the fucking right on. It will be right on. Yeah.
Eventually,
You only
we'll
go
get
about
technology
15
that'll come up or
feet.
supersede what these fucking aliens can hide.
Yep.
Because this is almost like hiding something that's hiding in our electromagnetic spectrum.
Yeah, so it was interesting that at the test track when I walked up the trail, I did this up the trail, hiking trail, and then in the spot that I called the center, it was a big bright spot in the LIDAR. It wasn't just a coincidence, I don't believe.
Yeah, the same area where my drone disappeared. And I've never had that experience.
I'm hoping we see something down
Yeah,
at the ranch.
hopefully we can find some blind spots or something that just doesn't make
Possibly.
sense with this.
See, in the building, the bunkhouse, in the bathroom, something dug through the floor, concrete floor. And I was kidding Chris. I said, some fucking demon probably crawled out of there, man. I hope maybe I can get it. He's going,
If I drove down here that night we were out here, I would have never found you guys going down these roads. I have no
at
fucking
all.
idea where I'm going.
At all.
And I would have had to take that dude's $20. Hey, I'll take that 20 now.
So Dan, come over here. Let me stop that. Now explain, come right center of the road. Yep, right there.
Alright. Just gonna see if anything flies by or comes into view. Shouldn't have any sky pollution.
You always gotta have cameras running when I'm out here. That's what I do. I always set, first thing I do is get some cameras running recording. You just, one time I saw something come out of the trees over there. I think it was ended up being a bug, but just a flash. I thought, God dang, something's right there. So you just never know.
All right, so
See, here comes you from that helicopter.
Oh, yeah, that's Dan and Chris right now, right? That is, I love that fucking theory, man. When Dan said that's us, just a different time.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Could be, man. And the light looks different because it's through the veil.
Through the veil, yeah.
It's different.
So explain in depth why you wanted to come specifically. Why you wanted to come to use your LIDAR, this area in specific. Motherfucker. I gotta remember that. That was a good shot. Let me see, where is that?
It's like Wayne's World when they're playing hockey, street hockey. My car!
Oh,
You know what? We should just get some fucking t-shirts that say Discovery Channel. Fuck it.
why not? I mean,
We're going to, hey, we can be here. You guys have permits? We're at the Discovery Channel. Feel like in Dumb and Dumber when he told people he can park at an airport because he's a limo driver.
Yeah, right.
all right, in depth, why you wanted to come, use your LIDAR, and the purpose of it. 3, 2.
Yeah, I wouldn't come up here to use this LIDAR. It's a fairly new tool, new technology I use in the construction business to scan buildings. And I was listening to Clive talk in on one of his documentaries, and he was talking about Sedona, and I was inspired all of a sudden. This insight came to me, and I forgot that I had this LIDAR scanner, and I said, hey, go up to Sedona and scan Bradshaw Ranch. Not kidding you, that's how it happened. And I texted these guys, ran a group text, said, hey, I'm going this Sunday to Sedona to scan it, just to check it out. And it happened within 5 minutes of that time there. And everybody jumped on and said, yeah, let's go. We're going. So you just never know what's going to happen with it. We're going to just scan this road right here where this energy spot is. I haven't noticed anything yet, but we'll see.
This is the second time we've come out here and Chris didn't come.
Yeah, he's scared of this area.
I think he is.
He said it because I got a bad feeling about that place.
Really?
He said that to me and you when we first, before we went down into the ranch, I think. Or no, it was after we went to the ranch. Yeah. I was showing the deep. That's when he goes, hey, I got a bad feeling about that place. Don't go in there.
I mean, I'll be honest with you. That night we were out there,
Yeah.
and something told me not to go in there either. You know, I'd go in there today.
Oh, yeah, it's like this right here.
Daytime, yeah, it's different, you know, but
At night, we've never been there. It was fucking freaky.
it was next level.
I tell people that too. I said it was scary as hell. We didn't know what to expect. You hear all kinds of weird stories, and we don't know our way around. Just don't know what could happen. You gotta be ready for anything.
Gotta be ready for it.
And then we seen the flashlight.
That was scary.
It's like shit. We can't run away from them now. They've seen us.
Cause like seeing that at night and not knowing what exactly is going on
Yeah.
in pure darkness,
Yeah. It was dark as shit, wasn't it? It was
that
dark.
was scary. I'll be the first to admit.
It's like getting off a helicopter when you're done. It's good to get back. Made it. Successful flight. Lived to tell the tale.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there's on the news a lot. These not mainly helicopters, but small aircraft crashing left and right. Some guy gets some money, thinks he's a pilot, takes his family out, and the whole family
See the
gets.
gyrocopter? I sent you a clip of a gyrocopter, Clive, last night. I clicked on one. I get just bombarded with them. They're little gyrocopters, a one-seater. Man, they look cool.
Yeah, suicide machine too.
If you crash, you're dead.
Yeah. It's a one and done.
Well, they'll do 125 miles an hour.
Yeah, unfortunately, they put that in the Road Warrior, and too many people like me watch that and going, "That looks pretty cool." That's stupid when you think about it.
It's a way to die.
It is. It's a bad way to die with a flying lawnmower to cut your head off.
All right, Tom, you're up.
All right.
Make sure we get these before they get washed again. Yeah.
You didn't film the LIDAR. You want me to?
No, what I'm gonna do that
I'll get
in
the
better
film
light
of it.
settings.
Okay.
All right, there you go.
Where's the spot?
Over here.
Dan, can you go to the spot, and then I'll train my camera on it so I know where to
Okay, hold
put
on.
it in
Let's
those
look for
swap
this car.
positions.
Who knows, maybe Tom's
Well, he
got
moved
got
on.
already.
It could have. This road isn't that bad.
This road isn't bad at all, right?
It's just. I'm fucking afraid of getting a flat out here. Then you're
Yeah,
fucked.
that's when you're,
Change the tire.
Yeah, if they don't give you one of those fucking bicycle wheels. I would not want to drive out on one of those bicycle wheels they give you.
So Dan, come here, right in the middle of this creek, balance. Oh yeah.
I drove back from Area 51 on a bicycle wheel. That was my third time at Area 51, and the tire blew out on the back of my truck. And then I realized, how the hell are we going to get out of here? I had a bicycle wheel for a spare. So when we go, maybe we can make it to Las Vegas to get a tire shop. We could not find a tire shop open in Las Vegas on Sunday.
Yeah.
And there were no phones, so it was go through the yellow pages and look for a tire shop. I said, fuck it. Let's just see if we can make it to Phoenix. Drove all the way back from Area 51 to Phoenix on a bicycle tire. And we talked about... Okay.
So here's the road. Here's the truck. We're right behind. We're standing right here right now. And so here's the road at the creek crossing right there. So I just wanted to see if there's anything odd or different in here. Even if it's just out of focus or something weird that I couldn't pick up, but there's the shade of the trees right on it right now. So,
Well, how do we know it's not that weird bump here? What is that? So I don't see that bump. Where's that bump?
well, I don't know. I think it's just a shadow,
Could be.
but I don't know. Probably.
It felt like we were surrounded by trees.
Yeah.
Tall trees. What if there were trees, but the dimension was different? Because I'm telling
time. It was a different
Yes.
time, a different place.
maybe there were much taller trees here at once. But it felt like I thought we were walking in a thick wooded forest.
Yeah, just like in Michigan or some other environment where the trees go straight up from the road. That's what it felt like all the way down here, didn't it?
This feels more like the opening 15 minutes of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I mean, this is fucking creepy out here.
Cleater. You ever been to Cleater, Arizona?
No.
Cleater? Same thing. Hills have eyes.
I mean, yeah, this is like, the fuck is around that corner? You got to exit plans.
As we were walking up here,
I'm going to run past Clive
also we
myself.
saw flashlights coming out of this brush right here. We're like, oh shit, there's somebody here. It was our reflection.
Yeah. I mean, you're talking about, and we kept pushing.
Somebody's been digging up here. There have been some hooves. So horses do get out here.
Oh, I think we might have.
All kinds of stuff. I've done a lot of research on the area, and I'll tell you why I think there's some funk here.
Okay.
It is an ancient seabed from millions of years ago. About 300 million years ago, a lot of the red rock around here are just receding sandstone shoreline from that sea. And the sediment layering here is very peculiar. About 7 feet down, you hit a layer of iron oxide, and right underneath that, you hit a layer of silicon crystal, or just what most people know as crystals. Well, crystals make silica, and then you've got the iron oxide, two of the main ingredients in most computer components, radio towers, antennas, etc. And if you look right there is a windmill, and I think that that is the source of why there's so much focus here, because that windmill goes down to the water table, which means it has to go through the iron oxide, through the crystal silica to get to the water. And if you think of this valley as kind of a great big satellite dish, that's the needle right in the middle of it, in my opinion. So, but there is some funk here. We camp out at Nolan Campground over there, where you can actually get a better view of what's going on here than you do here itself, because you're looking at it from the outside in. And we'll camp out over there, and man, there's all kinds of orbs and lights and things coming up out of the forest and going back down in the forest. And you'll see that people down here with lasers, and you can tell the human-made lasers, people pointing them out and stuff. But there is some stuff out here that lights up but doesn't put out light. Like you can see the
That's
ball.
why I saw it in the Phoenix Lights.
You can see the ball.
had the
but
power
ball
of the
will go
sun,
past
but
the tree,
illuminated
and it won't
nothing.
illuminate the tree. It won't illuminate but the ball itself is illuminated.
Yeah.
How do you capture light in a circumference like that? You know, and that's the kind of stuff that people see out here. But we have came out here several times now looking for high strangeness.
Yeah.
And quite the contrary has happened. We feel a strange comfort and calm here. And this place kind of draws us here, and we come here and we have lunch and we hang out, and I get a feeling like I'm at an old family property or something like that. So we came here in hopes of kind of some discomfort and high strangeness, like I said, and actually I've ended up growing oddly comfortable and familiar with the place. And I'm sure you guys have been here before, haven't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, the back building back there is
You get a little bit of a vibe back
you
there.
start feeling it the closer I think you get to that building back there.
So we flew a helicopter and we tested the temperature, ground temperature. And then we also came out here, so he's running LIDAR now. You guys would have a lovely
Yeah, he's
conversation.
mapping the place
Cool.
out.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
came out and
so-
did thermal. I got a thermal flow
Nice.
camera, and we walked the whole property with thermal, because I saw a documentary where a guy saw some shit on thermal out here. So I was like, yo, let's go do that.
Hey, Dan, you want to come over here and talk to these gentlemen? He's
Yeah.
Starkey Mine at one point. So he's all about, the geology and all
LIDAR
that
is so
shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So,
LIDAR is so cool.
oh, full name.
My name's Anthony Shields, and I normally look better than this. I'm on a motorcycle ride today.
Anthony Shields. What's your name?
Jordan Lofgreen.
Jordan Lofgreen. And Jordan, what's your take on? Hold on, let me restart.
Clive, do you remember an hour ago where I said, like, the same thing, that they're using the crust of the planet as a PCB board because of the elements of the quartz, the crystal, the copper?
Yeah.
And if you were to get all that together, this is just one big power
Just a big
control board.
circuitry.
A big power control board, almost a magnet in a sense, very similar to the ingredients that are in satellite dishes. And it's been this way for millions of years, long before we were ever here. I think whatever's going on here predates anything we would even have knowledge of, But obviously the Indians felt it too. This place is a very sacred area.
Yeah, it's very calming. It's very like I forget I got to go to work tomorrow.
Right.
Yeah. Like I forget the daily grind, the 9 to 5 and all that stuff.
And we shouldn't have to go to work tomorrow, damn it.
But if I wasn't here and I was back in Phoenix, I'd be thinking about what I'm going to finish up today before I go back to work. And this place just puts it out of your thinking.
I wish somebody would buy it and kind of restore it and fix it up. That building alone is the old sod brick. You can still see the hay sticking out of the bricks. That in and of itself is a historic landmark. That's a 150-year-old.
Jesus Christ.
building right there.
Glass everywhere.
Most of the bricks, you can still see the straw sticking out of the clay brick. Oh, yeah, George, you can put in your underwear. Yeah, no.
The kitchen. When's the place to be? Bedroom. Ceiling came in. Bathroom. this reminds me of a lot of things that were built in the 80s. But this might have been built way before that. Here's the bathroom, master bath. Let's go over that mud place before the battery dies in my phone.
We all are, you know, into this a lot. You know what I mean? But actually being out
Dan's
here,
mapping LIDAR.
and not just here, I noticed,
Okay, scan the whole place.
What about that building? You gonna get that one or just this one? I wanna get that Texas chainsaw and screw shit over there. Oh wow. 150 years old sod mud building. Here at the Bradshaw Ranch. Even back in when this was built in maybe the 1700s. And then there's somebody, I got a couple of chairs I need to get rid of. Maybe I should bring them out here and donate them, or would that be littering? To the seance circle. And I know I shouldn't, but I'm going up to this goddamn treadmill that's making a banging sound. This is how good horror movies start. And then I'll say something like, I'll be right back. That sounds like the beginning of a good industrial song. Boom, ching, boom, 9 Inch Nails. Could start something like that.
And our shows
house.
here.
Start, okay, so there's the scan that you just did.
Here's the house, here's the
yeah,
skin.
he believes that
Here's the
there's some
path,
sort
a
of
little old
Egyptian
stone
connection,
wall.
too.
I
Okay.
do. I totally do.
And then here's the
This guy
cabin.
flies helicopters
Oh, cool.
and shit like that everywhere.
Anything
you know what I
abnormal
mean?
on the
So,
scan, or does it look
he sees
nominal?
Well, I haven't looked at it. This is the first time I
Grand
look at
Canyon's
it.
got some stuff to investigate apparently with that you can't
That
get
is
to on
one
film,
hell of a
you can
job,
get to with
man.
helicopters,
You can get
canyon
inside
runners,
too. See? It's
things of
inside.
that nature. So
I can see the ceilings.
petroglyphs and little
This will do a
pyramids
takeoff.
My theory is
Quantity
that it's
takeoff
hard
on
to
the
beat
floors and the
Yeah.
baseboard and walls and
and-
everything.
Could be. I
It's
could
pretty
see
sick.
that.
That's one handy goddamn tool, and we took it to the right place and did exactly what needed to be done with it.
Which is even more interesting.
All right, I'm with Dan. He just LIDAR scanned the inside of the Bradshaw house.
Bunkhouse. So there's the kitchen. Here's the evil eye, the eye of Ra. And am I real in there? Let's see, we're looking for weird things.
Yeah.
Like what's that thing right there in the air, floating in the air? There's inside. It's just open ceiling, open the structure
Yeah.
from inside, so that's why it looks so weird. Let's look in the bathroom. Right in there is where I wanted to see. Here's where the demon crawled out of from under the floor. So you can see the ceilings and everything in these damn things.
Damn.
Yeah, see the
Wow.
ceiling? So our estimators, they take them and, oh shit, and they can measure, you can scale this thing too. It's amazing that they can do that. So it looks like a photograph right there.
Yeah, it does.
I don't see anything
statewide skywatch. I had a buddy up on the Colorado Plateau.
like an evil eye anywhere.
Yeah.
Somebody on the
I'm gonna walk around the outside.
I was on South Mountain
It won't go all the way to the roof, but
in Queen Valley, looking east.
Thanks, man. That was cool.
We have somebody in
it is cool, isn't it?
All at the same time.
All right. We're back here by this spiral of rocks that somebody built. There's a very large, expensive jacuzzi over there. What's weird is it's by this little, I don't know what they call it, utility shack or something. Oh, nice. Some good karma here. Somebody left some crystals. Clive, come in here and take a look at this. And be careful with the floor. There's holes in here. I ain't going in there. You're gonna fall through. And
You don't have to walk in there. Oh yeah.
Wonder if the electricity in the phone's still on. So we're here behind the Bradshaw Ranch in a property where they used to film movies. There's like a horse ranch here. Apparently Elvis and different people film westerns out here.
You had Elvis, you had John Wayne, the original, one of the original Marlboro men. Bradshaw, is that his name? John Bradshaw or James Bradshaw was one of the original Marlboro men, and this was his property before they let it go to the government.
Well, it's a long drive to the store to get back secrets from here.
All right. Bye.